Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were.
BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha, I am Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and this is your BlueNote Fan Report. It is game day. The fishermen, the Gordens fishermen, have come into town. They're trying to not get trapped under the arch, but I'm hoping they do as they face off against our Blues. The Blues are riding a 7-game point streak. They are 6-0-1, and this could be I don't want to. Tammy says huge 2 points, and I don't think they're that big, right? I really don't. They're an important 2 points. I don't think they're a huge 2 points. I think the big 2 points. So you have 3 games coming up before you face Minnesota again after last night's big, huge comeback win. Big, huge comeback win. You needed it. You got it. Way to go. Now you've got these 3 games, this one at home and then 2 away, before you come back to face Minnesota again. Well, you have the Isles tonight, which is in that mid-tier. Then you have Boston, which is a playoff team trying to get a good position. And then you have Buffalo. Well, the Tage Thompson affair. We'll call that the Tage Thompson affair. For me, these 2 points are not as important as the Boston 2 points. And that's, I know that might be wrong. Orion's asking for a roll call, and he's got Tilo here. He's got Chris Lambert here. Yeah, Cardinals got a good, solid win today. I actually watch that today. Kyle Mead says, hope Bennington has a good game. I agree with you. Kyra's on the ice, but he's still a game-time decision, right? Maddie C. is joining us. Hey, Maddie, how you doing? Chad Klingery went to the Cards games and at the Blues game now. Yeah, I know my old bud Chad. I don't know if he still likes me or not or anymore, but I do remember him. One thing, guys, you kind of got a taste of this last night. My GERD has been really, really bad. And I'm one of those rare people whose GERD only gets better by eating. So, yes, I have something to eat in front of me. I'm going to try. I'm hoping and waiting for one of my co-hosts to come on so I don't have to take bites in front of you. But if I feel it, I'm going to have to take a moment to take a bite of something. So you got to give me I know it's not polite to eat in front of people or eat on the mic, and I get that. I normally would never, ever do that to you. However, I think that me having a quick bite of something, and actually I have a meatloaf, right? A quick bite of me something is better than me belching in the mic. So that's where I'm at there. So what I was talking about, for me, the 2 points against Boston are a bigger 2 points, right? Are way, way bigger 2 points. This is the BlueNote Fan Report tonight there, Maddie. I do the hockey fan report on off nights, and then I do the BlueNote Fan Report on game nights. This is a game night. So that's what we got tonight, facing the Islanders, an Atlantic team. I think they're an Atlantic team. I was trying to remember. I get the Atlantic and the Metro. The way they're set up, I get them messed up, right? They should be a Metro team, I think. Let me kind of look real quick. I know I shouldn't just know this off the top of my head. And I know the Central and the Pacific off the top of my head, but the East messes me up a little bit, just the way they're set up. The teams in the Metro, to me, a lot of them don't seem like they should be in the Metro. They should be, in the Atlantic or vice versa, right? So the Islanders, the Islanders are a metropolitan team. They're fifth in the Metro at 75 points. The Caps are fourth at 88. The chance of them catching the Caps are light years, right? Yeah, I mean, you're looking at 13 points and you have one game in hand. I just don't see it. I was talking with my buddy, one of my buddies the other day, earlier today, from Full Press Hockey, and he's going, "Oh yeah, the Islanders got a chance. They got a chance. They got a chance." And I was like, "No, nope. Tilo says, "Yeah, we know you're weird all around. You do what you got to do." I appreciate that. Where are we at? Maddie's getting into predictions way too early for me, but Maddie thinks it'll be 4-2 Blues. The last time we played these, we lost to them 2-1. This is a stingy team. This is a team built on goaltending. They have Sikorskin. We have Bennington in that. This is a game where Bennington really needs to. This is something I wanted to talk to Lance about, and I didn't yesterday. I'm gonna maybe send him a quick link, see if he's around. I hope he is. He might be taking a nap. He's doing. I got to admit, anytime he's on, I'm glad because I know what he's dealing with. We all know that Lance is, had cancer surgery and he's getting ready for radiation treatment this week. So our hearts go out to him, and we love when he's here. And last night's show, the last 2 days show, man, they have just been outstanding, fantastic, just amazing. Let's see here. Just in case Maddie wants to, and then I got to do one more thing. Where is it? I'm trying, guys. Give me a moment. There we go. Let's see if he's around. If he is, maybe he'll show up. I'm pretty sure. Now, you understand, Ashley works at 4 a.m., so I know she's off now, but she may be asleep a little bit, but we'll go with that. Dante, you missed your opening, buddy. He says, let's try not to chase the game. This is a team the Blues should be beating, especially at home. Good point. And they are. There's the narrative out there is that the Blues play down to these teams, and that's not true. They play at the same clip they play everybody else, 625, 630. So, this isn't a bottom 10 team, though. So this is a little bit higher than that. But I do think that this is a team. I did not miss the opening. Okay. Tammy said they were spectacular, and I appreciate that. Tammy, for me, this is one of those teams that your link and my link are two different things, bud. Your link is just to the show. I'm sending a link to join the show, so it's a little bit different. Okay, so glad he's here. Stephen Glass. Want to say hey, and we're thinking of you, bud. Stephen recently had some problems, and I don't know if he's still in the hospital, but he was in the hospital yesterday, and I meant to say something, and I didn't. I didn't get a chance to. Stephen, we're all thinking about you, and we miss you, and we hope you get better, bud. He went to an F1 race, and that triggered something in him. So we hope he's good. We hope he's good, and we did miss him. We're thinking about you, Steve. I just wanted to say that. He says the Islanders are not an easy win. I agree. Well, I don't say an easy win, but a should win. They are a should win. The Blues need to be on their game. Well, the Blues need to find their game. That's the one thing they did last night. That's the one thing that they did do last night that I don't think people gave them credit for. I thought they found their game very early, right? And if you go look at those two goals, the first two goals that Minnesota got, It wasn't like they were these, amazing plays where the Blues broke down or anything. It was more of just puck lucks. They made some puck luck. Steve's going to have a procedure tomorrow. Well, Steve, our hearts are with you, bud. Our hearts are with you, man. We're thinking about you. Uh-oh. Well, since I don't have Ashley, I got Maddie.
What's up?
Hey, buddy. How you doing, man?
Always a pleasure being on the cool Hawaiian Blues fan show.
Oh, man, we appreciate it. We appreciate you coming on the BlueNote Fan Report. So just so you kind of know what I do, and I know it's confusing a little bit, it's always the BlueNote Fan Report, but on off days I want to get more people involved, so I call it the Hockey Fan Report to let them know that we're talking more than just Blues. Because you know me, I can talk almost all teams, I
Yes.
can give an opinion, whether it's right or wrong. I can give an opinion on anything. So that's so it's always the Blue Note Fan Report, and I try and do it. I try and do it every day but Sundays, unless we have a game on Sundays. All right, give you guys a break. Tonight for the Blues, I was talking with my buddy from Full Press Hockey, and now his name slips me. I have to look at something here real quick, and I know it shouldn't, but sometimes you get enough people. Jim Behringer. I was talking to Jim, and Jim was thinking that this was an important game for the Islanders since they're chasing that final wild card spot. To me, they're only chasing it in their dreams, right? They're 13 points behind, 13 points with one game in hand and only 11 games left. I just don't see it. I don't see you winning 6 and them losing 6. And that still puts you a point back with your game in hand, right? So right. I just don't see it. So the interesting thing tonight is Letty. Letty's the interesting one. Now, Letty wants to go to the Islanders, and that's what everyone thinks. So if you're Letty, do you tear up the Islanders tonight and let him say, well, see, this is what you get for not having me on? Or do you lay down and show them that, okay, I let you have one tonight? I mean, really, that's kind of, topsy-turvy. I mean, I know all players are going to say they go out and play hard, but, we all know how that is. Elijah, and just a real quick, Matt has his own podcast called Matty C's Sports for You. Is that right?
Matty C's Sports for you and me. I do all sports.
All right, there you go.
Of course, my favorite one is hockey. Obviously, I wouldn't be talking to this man right here.
Right? Yeah, Letty's kind of what I heard. Letty wants to go to the Islanders. At least, wasn't he on the Islanders for a while, and I think he wants to go back or something like that? That's kind of what I've heard.
I don't know, but I think he's a Midwest type of guy. I mean, yeah, I think he'd either. I don't think he'd go back to the Blackhawks, but I see him in Minnesota or somewhere like that. I don't see him going out the Midwest. I just don't see it.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I mean, I see his game as being a blue-collar game, right? God, I have to. You're going to get burned for this one, but go ahead and tell him.
Who's my favorite team?
Yep.
The Providence Bruins.
Yeah. Well, Tuesday.
Boston Bruins.
Tuesday, Maddie, we got to have you on Tuesday if you can.
Yeah, I'll come on. Absolutely.
All right, we've got 2 games with the Bruins coming up, and see, before you came in, I think that's one of the bigger. I don't see this as being 2 big points tonight, right? They're 2 points, and I'd like to get them because we're 11 points from a playoff spot, and this would knock it. I mean, with us playing tonight and the Knights playing tonight, we could knock that down to single digits, That could get all the way down to 7, However, at that point, I'm more concerned with the game coming up on Tuesday against Boston. I think that is something that you've got to go out and really show who you are, right?
Both teams.
Who you are. Yep. And, I just don't think Letty's going to stay. We can't afford another $5 million. We have $18 million tied up in 3 defensemen. We can't make that number, 21 million, right? I mean, you just can't. 24 million or 23 million. You just can't. 18 million tied up in 3 defensemen is just too much. You know, I you know, of an 8, you tie 20% of your salary up in 4 defensemen. I mean, I'm not there.
See, we're in the opposite though. We're not like that. We're a team that pays for too many forwards for that money. Except for, I believe Charlie McAvoy is making big bucks here, but it's not like you guys over there. But that's why you guys are winning just like we are. I mean, DeBrusque just lit a fire under his ass. So, I mean, you know, we had all these rumors. Oh, DeBrusque wants to leave, and it may be another Letty thing. You know, he plays his ass off this year and he goes somewhere else.
Aaron, this is not a true statement, bud. That was not our first overtime win. We are actually, I think, hold on, I was just looking at this. So we are 4-10 in the overtime. We're 2-3 in the shootout. Now that might have been our first home overtime win, right? That might have been our first home overtime win, but it wasn't our first overtime win of the season. Right? I think the Blues should trade one of those 3. Steven, I don't think you're going to, bud. First of all, who do you trade? And I think that's a hard road to hoe. I just don't see it. And now we have Ashley.
Hey, Matt. Hey, guy.
Oh, no problem. I figured you might be taking a nap and wouldn't be around. So Maddie popped in and I said, you know what? I'll send Maddie a leak, see if he shows up. You know what? You played goalie a little bit, Ashley, right? And I got this question to ask you. And I meant to ask it to Lance last night, but we got going on a million different topics, right? I look at Bennington, and in 19, the thing about Bennington that really, and I had a goalie coach tell me this. Mm-hmm. Bennington was much more impromptu, right? Mm-hmm. He was much more seat of the pants. He was much more free. He wasn't technically sound, but his movement was a lot freer. Yes. It seems like they have tried to correct that and make him more technically sound.
And he's lost in the technicality.
That, I think they've messed him up. Mm-hmm. To where he's more worried about getting in the right position than he is stopping the puck. Am I right or wrong on that?
I agree with that. Whenever any coach was trying to change a way I was playing, it took time to adjust, but I think it takes a little longer than it should, but that's probably owed to the fact that he gets to start 1 out of 10 games. You aren't going to get a lot of work out of that.
That's one of those things where he's starting 1 out of 10 games is because he's not playing well, and he's not playing well because they tried to change his game, and because they tried to change his game, he's doing the things like that. Mm-hmm. But he is as most definitely pretty. Oh, here's Lance Bennington. 2 times was free. I'm not completely sure what he's saying, but to me, I see, and I had a goalie coach and a pretty good one tell me that he thought Allen was much more technically sound than Bennington, but Bennington seemed to make better saves, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I was thinking. Where are we at here? Only 2 of them were, Aaron. Only 2 of those. Two of them were. We have 2 overtime wins in overtime, and that might have been the first one at home, but it wasn't the first one of the season. That was the second one. In fact, I remember Tarasenko getting one. No, I remember Tarasenko getting. Huh? Bushnevich?
It was Buchnevich.
Yeah.
And it was 30 seconds in.
Say again?
It was like 30 seconds in. He went straight down, put it in.
But was that at home or is that away? I think that might have been at home.
I think that one was away.
Away? So that might have been the first home one, but I knew it wasn't the first one. Thinking of you, 7, I can totally relate to the past couple of weeks. You have been tough on me as well. Reach out if you need to Be a PM if you need an ear to listen to. I'm not sure what that was in relationship to. Why was a Tampa allowed to be 18 million over the cap? Okay. I'll address this really quick.
Okay.
Tampa did nothing wrong. Teams are, if you have a player that is legitimately hurt and they go on LTIR, and the money that you put on LTIR does not count against your salary cap. Now, if that player, now here's the thing, when the salary cap ends on game 82, after game 82, the salary cap ends, and then you can play anybody, right? That's what it is. Tampa didn't do anything wrong. They had guys that were injured. They put them on, and it's the same thing that the Knights are doing now, except the Knights just aren't. Their injuries are not helping them, and they're not going to make the playoffs. At least I don't think they will. But they did nothing wrong in my eyes, right? And they've played within the rules, and that's the way it is. They did not game the system. They did not game the system because over half the teams in the league have guys on LTIR right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bruins included.
He says his coaches never talk to me, let me play my game. But what about in practices and things like that, E? That's where I think that they, would tell you, because I remember Grant Fuhr. I'll tell you what, one of the reasons Grant Fuhr had the glove he had is because he used to get tennis balls shot at him in a hallway with a tennis ball machine.
Yeah. With me, I was playing in a co-ed roller hockey league, so I got a lot of coaching because I'm playing with men and I'm 5'4", so I had to be technically sound because I don't have a tall frame. I didn't cover a whole lot.
This is a good question. This is where testosterone and poker face come into play. I just want to try and be who. If you're talking about playing a game, you have to utilize psychology. Yeah, you do. Mm-hmm. Right? You absolutely do. And that's like the thing with Letty, right? I asked that question and people, well, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do. Well, how do you know? Right? If Letty really wants to go to the Islanders, there's two ways to look at it. First of all, you don't play your best. Right? You make some small mistakes. You don't do as like you normally do, and you don't beat a team that you want to be on. Or B, you beat the crap out of them and say, see what happens because I wasn't there. I mean, but it's two ways of thinking, and you never remember how it's going to go. Right? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Me too with the tennis balls. Yeah, that was who was the guy? The coach of Edmonton Oilers, I can't think of his name. The 80s Edmonton coach. You remember who that was?
I'll look it up.
I cannot. Glenn something. I want to say Glenn Fry, but I know that's the singer from the Eagles. But it was Glenn something. I'm pretty sure it was. So tonight for the Blues, get to your game early. I thought, now that's the one thing that I mean, everyone was on them last night for being down 2-1, 3-1 early in the third, but I thought they got to their game really quickly last night, right?
Yes. And by the way, the answer to the Oilers coach in the 80s is Glenn Sather.
Sather, yeah. I knew it was a Glenn. Mm-hmm. I knew it was a Glenn. I just couldn't remember. Glenn Sather. Glenn Sather. He used to. Glenn Sather. Here's the thing. Glenn Sather did not want to draft Grant Fuhr. Did not want to draft Grant Fuhr. Didn't want him at all. And he got him, and he just, he had to go out there and really get on him because he would come to training camp overweight. Well, Glenn would get him into weight. Glenn would work him. So, yes, it was Glenn Sather. Yeah, thank you, E. I appreciate that. My memory's not that bad, but it does a little bit. Zdeno Chara. I don't think Chara has a goal this year, does he? Right? For me, I think this is Chara's last season. I can't see anybody else signing him.
Right? Except for Boston for a one-day contract so he can retire a Bruin.
I can see a one-day. Yeah, but he's 0-10 and he's 0-10 for 10 points. Not one goal, right? Averaging 16 minutes. 110 hits,
What's his
70
penalty minute?
blocks. Right? 77 penalty minutes. The numbers are
That's even worse because he trips over his own skates and he trips somebody on along the way. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm serious. That's low numbers for Chara.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
he's
then
still
you've
a
got
plus
what?
10.
You've got I think you got
Yeah.
Sherskin in net tonight too. That now we chased him. No, we didn't chase him. Who did we that didn't who we chased? 40 for them is I'm trying to figure things out here. Varlamov, that's who we got tonight. Varlamov. I think we played Shorskin last time. We chased one of the best goalies in the league, and I can't remember who that was. It's like I want to say it was Varlamov, but I know the game against them we lost 3-2, I think, or 2-1. The last time we played them, if I remember right. Because I was looking at something about that. So I'm trying to get my memory good, guys. Yeah, we lost 2-1, so it wasn't him. But who did we chase? Do you remember, Ashley?
I
The
honestly
Rangers
don't.
goalie. The Rangers goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we also did Minnesota's goalie in the Winter Classic, though they say
that was an injury. That was an injury. They called it an injury, right?
Yeah.
So to be fair, it was called an injury. Bennington is in goal tonight. You know what? Ashley.
And the coach aligns with the GM. Then Blueberry will guide the team. And Petro will wax steam. This is the dawning of the age of Bennington. Age of Bennington. And
There's enough of that.
We need to update that song, and we need a better song, behind it.
Yeah, well, Nice needed me to. Well, I mean, that was one of the first ones I did. So, the Huso one's not bad.
No, I'm okay. I've requested the Huso song, whenever he started. So that one, though, it needs work.
Yeah, I need to work on it
Yes,
a little
Kevin.
bit. I admit
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was thinking.
I can see Maddie's eyes going, oh my God, what the frick did I just walk into?
No, it's part of your show, man.
Unfortunately.
We just try to have fun, my friend. We just try to have fun. Right? Game is getting closer to coming on. What do you expect? I'll start with Maddie, the guest. What do you expect from this game tonight?
I told you 4-2, and a lot of offensive pressure. Probably the midpoint of the second period. That's when they turn it on.
Ashley, what's your expectations for tonight?
I don't really even see it being that high of a score because both teams played yesterday. I'm thinking 2-1, 3-2 max.
My concern is this game means more to the Islanders than it does the Blues, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm also concerned that the Blues are looking forward to Tuesday when we get to face Maddie's team, the Bruins, because that's a test, right? Mm-hmm. I want them to do what they did last night, get to their game quick. And if they can get to their game quick and not give up mistakes. And here's the other thing. The biggest thing tonight, support Bennington.
Mm-hmm.
Support Bennington. That's it. Support Bennington. If I see him, I will. I guess there was a scrum at practice for Chicago. Well, I mean, that's what we're happening. That's the thing about 19 that I love. So many people make such a big deal out of Bortuzzo and Sanford getting into a scrap in the early part of December, thinking that is why the Blues turned their season around. Right? That happened in December. They didn't turn their season around till February. No correlation whatsoever. In fact, they got worse after that scrap. I know. I watched him get torn in. I watched Crosby just destroy him.
You see, I still can say that could be a turning point because before you get better, you're gonna get worse first.
Oh no, they were already worse. They were at that point. They were one of the worst. They were at the bottom of the league.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't getting any worse, you know. They were already in the they were at the bottom of the outhouse. They were on the first floor of a 2-floor outhouse, and that for me, you know, yeah, that little dust up had very little to do, right?
So I'm gonna head off, Guy, but
Okay, bud.
just wanted to say, so my friend Guy right here, he was on my show, and he does have the longest recorded show on my show. So you know that good hockey talk was there. So 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, go on Maddie C Sports View and me YouTube. The number 4 instead of 4, and it'll be 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So
Tonight or tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay. While we're playing the Bruins.
Well, you guys can check it out after, but
Yep.
You interviewed, and it was a great time, and it was awesome. So everybody check it out. And Ashley's a good co-host, and I'm sure we'll have more of these for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And you're welcome. You're welcome for the intermissions if you're watching the game, bud.
All right, I will. I'll try. I got a screaming daughter right now, so
yeah. Go take care of your daughter, my friend.
I have the same.
Yep. Okay, guys, we're just about there. You know, we love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. This is Guy and Ashley saying aloha and mahalo, and we'll see you at the first intermission.